Hello everybody, this is Roger from Roger Reviews. I'm going to be going over today the Samsung 360 camera. It is one of the least expensive 360 cameras. I was looking at a few of them, and it seemed like all of them were, three or 400 or 500. Like the GoPro 360 camera, it's pretty pricey and it's kind of big and bulky. And I was looking over the internet and I found these on Amazon, and they're really durable too. I've dropped them. I bought a few of them, and I think they're like, when I bought them, they're like 99 bucks. And they pretty much do. They have like a lot of the same options as the other cameras, but they're not as expensive, and they're real easy to operate. They're durable. They have a little place here where you put your little card at. Kind of hard to get into, and just a cell phone charger. And then they also have a place where you can basically screw in your little tripod. There's a lot of options to this, and they're so small that you can even put them on helmets. They're easy. You can put them on drones, and they're not real heavy, not real bulky. And also too, when you're filming, you don't really see the camera because they're so small. All you see is like maybe a little piece of the tripod. So, and then I had a couple old GoPros, and a lot of the GoPro accessories you can use with this too, because they're light enough, and they can, where you screw in your GoPro, you can just screw one of these in, so you can have multiple use points for your accessories. You don't have to buy more stuff. I've had these for about a year, and like I've said, I've dropped them. I've bounced them around off equipment, and they seem to held up pretty well. And this one has the chrome piece missing. Another thing I like about them, they're real easy to operate. There's just there's a button on the side you hold down, and it turns it on. You can see the green light right there. And then you can basically scroll through the options. There's a menu up here. You go through, it says photo, time lapse, video looping, landscape, and then right back to video. So it's real easy to operate. And then basically you just push this button in the middle with that red button. And there's your picture. Time lapse. It makes a beeping sound. You're recording, and then you can see, if you look at it, you can see the seconds click off. And then you hit it again. But these are, I'm not like a real big techie guy. I like techie things, but the simpler the better. And this is one of the more simpler products you can have if you're not willing to sit down and read a bunch of manuals and do all that stuff. The only problem is it is hard to get that. You almost need like a knife or something, because I want to show you how to just pull this out here. All right, I had to get a little paring knife, or sometimes you need like a little pocket knife to pull this out, and you pull it out, and your little SD card's in there. That's about the hardest thing to do, is get this SD card in the little pocket and little slip, but once it's in there, it's pretty much stuck in there. And you just pop it back in, and I think that's it. It's just very simple, inexpensive, charges pretty quickly. I don't think it has as much time. I think it, depending on the record time, like if you, I think it only accepts up to, I think it's like a 32 gig or less chip, and the battery time isn't very big because it's so small. So I usually use it for like time lapse or short videos, and if you use it for a lot time lapse, of course, I mean, it can last for hours, but if you're recording straight time, it doesn't last as long. probably about 30 minutes or something like that, 20-30 minutes. Anyway, this is a Samsung 360 camera. If you want to do 360 on a budget, this is the way you go. I had to buy a Galaxy camera, a Galaxy phone to operate this. That was the only expensive part, because you have to buy a Galaxy like S7, S8, or S9, a Note 5 or Note 6. So you have to have a little bit newer phone, which are kind of expensive unless you get one used, to operate the software on here. If not, you have to buy software, PC software, to download this. So I would probably recommend to get the PC software instead, because then instead of having to, unless you just have a phone and you don't have a computer, if you don't have a computer, then I would get the phone that is compatible with this. But if you have a computer and you're editing on the computer, I would bypass the phone and just get the editing software on the computer, because it's kind of hard to edit on the phone because the picture's so small. And then if you're downloading from the if you're basically getting all the editing on the phone and then you download it to your computer, it's just one more extra step, and it's less likely that you'll go through all those steps to make videos. So if you don't have a computer, get the expensive phone. If you just want to go, if you do a lot of editing on the computer, then just get the editing software on the computer and skip that step. All right, thank you very much, and I hope you like this video.